Hello, Mr. Biff. This is Tabetha with Jam Magazine. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for taking time out to speak with us today. We really appreciate that.
No problem.
With over 40 years in the business and now 22 albums under your belt, I personally want to thank you for your dedication for rock and roll and heavy metal. So thank you, and
thank you
very, very much. We appreciate that. With having 22 albums, which album do you feel is most underrated and why?
I don't know. Probably Rock the Nations.
Okay.
Because it came out at a very, a weird particular time for British bands. It was in the sort of grungy period, so yeah, I think that was a weird one actually.
Fair enough. Let me ask you this, with having so many awesome albums, what inspires Saxon for the great material that you have?
What inspires us? I think I have a drive to write songs and to write lyrics that are a little bit different, not the normal rock and roll style lyrics. So it makes things a little bit more interesting. We try to come up with cutting edge guitar riffs and melodies. So yeah, we're sort of always trying to write songs that that aren't predictable.
Awesome. I've heard a million great songs by Saxon, so I just love you guys.
Okay.
As musicians practice their instruments, whether it's drums, guitar, bass, you having a crisp, clear voice, what kind of exercises, if any, do you do for your vocals?
What about exercising, you mean?
Yeah.
Nothing. Really.
I love it. It just comes natural.
Yeah, it just works. It works 99% of the time, so if it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Absolutely. I love that. Now, getting down to the meat of this wonderful release on February 2nd, Thunderbolt. I have a couple of songs I must ask you about.
Okay.
They played rock and roll. Now, we all know this is a tribute to Lemmy and the Boys of Motorhead. Give me a little more in-depth detail about that song, please.
Well, it's the very first tour we ever did when we first got a recording contract was in 1979. And the first tour we ever did was with Motorhead on the Bomber Tour. And you have to remember that at that time, Motorhead were bigger than sliced bread. They were massive, so it was a great tour to get, and they helped us out no end really on that tour. They taught us how to deal with the sort of pressures of being popular, and it was a great tour, and we became close friends, and we stayed friends ever since, really. So that's what the song's about. It's about the tour of 1979 and the first meetings of Saxon and Motorhead that developed into a great friendship over the years, really.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's awesome. Another song I'm really, and I just love this song, the Roadie song.
The Roadie song?
Yes.
Well, the Roadie song, I wasn't going to put that song on the album. I actually wrote the lyrics first for that. I was just doodling around with poetry about a road crew. So, yeah, it wasn't going to go on the album because it's a little bit sort of, a little bit more sort of AOR than the rest of the songs. But my sort of family and friends thought it was such a great hook, such a great track that they persuaded me to put it on the album. So I put it on the end of the album because that's the only place it fits, really.
Well, you tell your family and friends, I personally said thank you. I think it's an awesome tribute.
It was just from a stylistic point of view, but putting it after sort of Speed Merchants on the album, it works really well, but it's not coming after sort of gothic Nosferatu or, you know, it sits quite well in the end of the album.
You know, I think so as well. I think it's always nice to hear the bands that really appreciate their crews, and I'll give you 2 horns up on that one. That's just a killer song. I love it.
Right.
You're very welcome. As your direct support for Judas Priest's Firepower tour, can your Saxon fans expect a headlining tour from you guys soon?
Yeah, we're sort of we're going out with our mates Judas Priest because it's good for the band and the new album to get in front of more people. Obviously, Priest are bigger than we are in America, so and it's a great package for the fans. You know, two premier British metal bands together. You've got Black Star Riders opening, so it's quite a good package for fans. But yeah, we intend to come back and do headline shows, but it's all a matter of. I think the profile of the band's quite high at the moment in America, so doing the Judas Priest tour is a great thing for us to do. I think with the new album release so close to the tour.
Right. Let me take you way back to 1976, when Coast and Son of a Bitch came together. Give me a little insight of how that happened.
Well, it was actually, it wasn't Son of a Bitch. It was a band called Sob, like when you cry, when you sob. It wasn't really short for Son of a Bitch. The band was called Sob. So, yeah, me and Paul Quinn were in a band called Coast that were quite, I don't know, a bit proggy, I suppose, a little bit. And they were in a band, the guitarist and bass player were in a band called Sob. And they were into, like, free type things, you know, like a more bluesy style. And they lost their singer, guitarist. They asked me to join, and I said, "Nah, I'm not joining without my friend Paul Quinn." So that's how it happened, really. So instead of me joining them and then joining us, we made a new band and called it Son of a Bitch, basically. Shortly after that, the drummer left, and we got a new drummer, and that basically changed our name in 1979. So that's really how it went to Saxon.
That's a great story. I really appreciate that.
This is Biff Byford. You listen to my interview on Jam Magazine. Come on.
This is Biff from SAXON. This is Jam Magazine. Rock off your fucking eyebrows, okay? See ya.